Hello, this is Maria Com, and once again I am recording to try and get used to the sound of my own voice. I'm gonna make sure this one is shorter than yesterday's, because yesterday's was pretty long. So, I've decided that if I do come, quote, prepared with topics, unquote, then I'm gonna just do one topic at a time, and not two, and not two that are so, like, contentious. Contentious is not the right word. That matter so much to me. Because then I'll just keep talking forever, and then I'll have to edit forever, and then I won't get it done until the next morning, and stuff. Like, while I was trying to finish editing the recording I posted this morning, I ended up having to stay up late, still didn't get it done, then got up a little early and almost made myself late for work because I was trying to edit that. It would be totally different if I was editing on a computer, and I do need to work on that. I should probably talk to my brother-in-law about that this weekend. But anyway, it would be because just trying to do it on my phone, and especially with a messed up shoulder right now, is not very easy. Although my shoulder is feeling better. Not great, but it does feel like the past few days it has been kind of steadily getting better, so I better make sure I do my physical therapy today. I don't really know what I want to talk about today. I kind of want to do a less heavy topic today. Make it a little easier on myself, maybe a little easier on anyone listening out there. I think I got a little heated on the one I did last night and posted this morning, so yeah. I don't know why I keep saying times and time frames, because if someone just randomly stumbles upon this, they're gonna be confused. Why? Not that anyone would randomly stumble upon this, but... So yeah, I wrote down a few other topics that I could talk about, and I just don't actually feel like talking about any of those. So, yeah, I don't know. Here's something that is not one of my topics that I can talk about. Not one of my written down topics, but that's fine. We can focus on a different thing that's a little less crazy. How do you all feel about physical media? Because I am very much a physical media kind of person. I am willing to, like, have digital copies of things, but I prefer to have physical copies because physical copies can't be taken away from me. Yes, technically they can. Someone could come and take all of my Blu-rays from me, for example. But that's a little less likely than having digital copies of films or shows or whatever, and having those be taken away, because that is something that happens with digital copies in the day and age we live in now. Streaming services can stop carrying something randomly, even if it's something you've watched a lot and had as a staple or something. The streaming service can decide not to have that anymore, or their contract can end, or whatever, and then they don't have it anymore, and you can't keep watching it. So I prefer to have physical copies of things. I know that is, not minimalist, because then you have to store those things, those physical copies, somewhere. You have to have them accessible if you want to be able to use them. Yeah, if it's something that is not that important to me, I don't care. But just as an example, I really liked the most recent Superman movie that was recently in theaters and is starting to come out now. It's available to buy on digital right now, but I am waiting for physical copies because I want to own that, because I really liked it, and I want to be able to watch it whenever the hell I feel like, and I want to be able to know that it won't go away suddenly. That's just an example. It's something that has kind of come up because my laptop that broke still had a CD drive where I could listen to CDs on there, watch DVDs and Blu-rays on there. I could rip CDs to my hard drive, all that fun stuff. And in kind of browsing around a little bit online for a new laptop, I haven't done a lot of that yet. I don't know. I really want a new one. It's just that I really cannot afford it and stuff. I'm thinking about maybe seeing if I can get mine fixed, repaired somewhere, but I don't know. I'm just always worried about like getting rooked in those kinds of situations. I'm worried about someone overcharging me or whatever. So I'm a little gun shy about that, but that's neither here nor there. In looking at laptops online, I'm realizing that I may not be able to get one with a CD drive unless I get a refurbished one and hope that it works. So, it's kind of a bummer to me, and I'm not that excited about that. It's because I like physical media, and I would rather have the CDs physically, and then if I want a digital copy, rip that to my iTunes. Yeah, I'm a weirdo who still uses iTunes. And I still use iTunes because I have a classic iPod, and I like to put stuff on there, and that doesn't work with other things, it works with iTunes. But anyway, I guess I don't really know. Maybe that works with Apple Music. I kind of doubt it. I haven't looked into it. But anyway, I know it works with iTunes. That's the whole thing. Physical media. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I have a I assume a lot of people today would consider it a large collection of DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't have any VHSs at the moment, but I have a lot of Blu-rays and DVDs, and I have quite a few CDs, and what else? I have some physical copies of games, video games, like a couple of PlayStation 2 games, and yeah, I have a PlayStation 2 that I never hook up. Maybe I will sometime, but I only have 2 games for that, so it would not be that exciting to play or anything. I mean, they're games I like, so there's that. But I have quite a few Xbox 360 games, few Xbox One games, lots of physical copies of things. And in a similar vein, I have quite a few books and lots of graphic novels. Several I still haven't read that I should get around to doing. I've been like really bad about reading lately over the past several years, and I need to get better about that because I have quite a few books and graphic novels I haven't read, but like some of them I've started and then just not finished, whatever. And you know, realistically, that would be a good way to spend my time while I am waiting on my shoulder to heal, because that would not be something physically taxing on my shoulder. Note to self, work on that. But yeah, I like physical copies. I especially like physical copies of books. There's just something different about reading a book that way than about reading something on the internet or reading an ebook or whatever. I mean, if I really got back into reading and was like hungry for something to read all the time, I would probably read ebooks because I can't afford to buy books all the time. But again, books I really like, I want to have physical copies of them. Just as an example, I have The Lord of the Rings. I have a physical, at least one physical copy of that I can see right now. I thought I had other ones. I have 2 physical copies of The Silmarillion. I have a physical copy of The Hobbit Illustrated Edition. Then I also have a physical copy of The Hobbit graphic novel. And then I have the 3-book set of the Histories of Middle-earth. And then I have, let's see, there's a few other books in the Lord of the Rings universe, the Tolkien universe. The Children of Húrin, Beren and Luthien, The Fall of Númenor, and then I don't know what the Gondolin one is. That one is also The Fall of Gondolin. Why are they called the same thing? Anyway, whatever. I also have Unfinished Tales. I think a couple books of that. And I have a couple of other Tolkien things that are just kind of random. And that's just some of my book collection. This is like really kind of silly but also fun. Maybe this is what I should read to get back into reading, because they would be easy reads. I have the entire series of Animorphs. because when I was a kid, I was part of the Animorphs book club, and I would get the books like as they were coming out, basically, and that was a pretty cool thing. I kind of missed that. That was fun. But I have all of the Animorphs books and all of the like side books. There were 4 Megamorphs books. There's the Andalite Chronicles, the Hork-Bajir Chronicles, Visser, the Elamist Chronicles. I think that's all of those. There were 2 Alternamorphs books, which are like choose your own adventure kind of books. And then there was something based on the television show that was on Nickelodeon. I have something related to that as well. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. But I have all of those books. Maybe I should read those. They're young adult novels, and I vaguely remember reading one when I was in my undergrad. I don't remember why. I read it for a class, so I don't remember what it was for. Like, why would I read a young adult novel as an undergrad? But there was a reason, and I don't remember what it was. But I did it. And I remember it not taking very long. So maybe I should do that to try and get back into reading. Just read 54 Animorphs books and the 4 Megamorphs and all of the, like, chronicles and stuff. That would be pretty nostalgic and maybe kind of fun. That was also some of the first fan fiction I ever wrote, because I was in the process of writing fan fiction for Animorphs at one point. It's one of the many fan fiction things I never finished. I have a lot of, like, technically still works in progress out there on the internet that no one would ever know are mine. Unless I told them. Which, maybe I should read some fan fiction or something on here. I don't know. That would be an idea, at least. But anyway, again, I got into rambly craziness, and that was never my plan, so a little lighter topic than what I talked about yesterday or this morning, whatever. I technically talked about it last night and then posted it this morning, but whatever. But it is Friday. I do not have a lot of weekend. I don't have any weekend plans. What am I saying? Other than getting stuff done around the house and resting my shoulder. But weekends are weekends, and sometimes I tend to end up not doing the stuff I plan on doing because it's a weekend. I doubt that'll happen this weekend. I'm pretty much just gonna, like, do stuff around the house, so I should have plenty of time to get recordings done and edited and posted. So I'm gonna try and focus on that to stay consistent. If you listened, thanks, I appreciate it. If you didn't, then that's fine. You don't have to be here. No one has to listen to this except for me. This is all just about me getting used to the sound of my voice. But yeah, for anyone who does listen, I appreciate that. I am considering telling people I know that I am doing this, just to see if they would be interested in listening to any of my incessant ramblings, but yeah, it's not that important. And I don't know that it's very useful or helpful or anything like that. I will try and make these better if I ever do get a laptop, a working laptop, again. It's just hard to do on the phone. But yeah, anyway, sorry. Now I'm continuing to ramble for no reason. Thanks for listening. This has been my Riacom, and have a good one. Bye!